Alors
Alors
on
on
danse.
danse.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to That Figure Skating Show's recap of the 2021 International de France. We are going to start with the dance event today. Dylan, what was the podium?
As we predicted, in first place from France, we have Papadakis and Cicerone. In second place from Canada, we have Gillis and Poirier. And in third place from Russia, we have Stepanova and Buchan.
All right, gold medalists Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron of France. Their second Grand Prix win on the circuit, winning a gold in Italy. Definitely heading to the Grand Prix final, and they won here with a big blowout.
Huge score, 221.25. Besting their previous score in Italy, 220.06, by just over a point. So this is the sixth time that they've won this Grand Prix in France, in their home country. They are the clear favorites for the season so far. Asher, what is it about them that differentiates them, that sets them apart?
Well, first of all, I'm obsessed with Gabby's free dance dress, and this is Guillaume's, I think, third rendition of a shirt, which I like this one. It looks like kind of neoprene, but I don't think there is anything that anyone can do to catch up. I don't think that maybe an 18-point blowout is as big as it should be, but when you watch their skating compared to, let's say, Piper and Paul, yes, there's a sense of effortlessness from both of them. They make everything hard look easy. But the way in which Guillaume and Gabby can connect with each other with the music, for example, they go into their curve lift and he's in a hydro blade. The way that they just have this sense of freedom as they go into every kind of move, and she just trusts him completely. And while he's holding her, he's twisted back, his arm rolls up and grabs into this kind of movement as she does her own thing. That's how they skate, and it's just magical. And they rack up points after points. They're in the tens and high nines for their components. They're in their own competition to me, if they could get higher than tens, I think they should. He did make a big mistake in the Twizzles, dropping to a level 3, making a mistake on the second Twizzle in the set. So it wasn't a clean program, but they are inching closer and closer to their personal best with that 136 that they got, I believe, at NHK 2019, and only a point off in their rhythm dance. So this is where they live. I don't know. They're just on another level from everybody else.
Yeah, even as a non-ice dancer, when you watch them, their first steps, something's different, right? It's like they're playing with the laws of physics. They're bound by different rules than the rest of humanity for some reason, but what they do is quite spectacular. And so moving on to the silver medalists, Piper and Paul from Canada having another great start to their season, their second medal. What does this score and performance tell us about what they'll need to do to be podium finishers at the Grand Prix final?
Yeah, they got their personal best rhythm dance score at Skate Canada with 86. They were 5 points lower here, and then 9 points below their free skate personal best, which was 130. When you compare them to Papadakis and Cizeron, Papadakis, when they get there's not much variation between the levels that they get. They you lost some levels on step sequences, but Piper and Paul often get threes plus fours. Of course, this is great of execution, how well you do an element. They get threes and fours, twos. Papadakis are constantly in the plus fours, plus fives. And then you go down to the skating skills. Piper and Paul are in the mid nines to high eights, consistently in the nines. Papadakis, high nines, hitting tens sometimes. And that's the difference that you see with those big point spreads. It's all those bonus points. There's not much in difference of ability and skating technique. It's just those quality marks that we're getting there. And again, it's just they have a different look. Piper and Paul, their vehicles, I think this is some of their best work, especially that long winding road free dance. It's spectacular. So I don't think they should be having that much of a margin, but their 125 that they did get at Skate Canada is very comparable to all of the rest of the ice dance field, like the two Americans, as well as the Russians. So they are looking good to still possibly get a podium finish at the Grand Prix final, and still looking strong for podium finishes at the Olympics when compared to the other top teams on the Grand Prix circuit.
You know, you spoke of the Russians, Sinitsina and Ketsalapov, the current world champions, but their compatriots, Stepanova and Bukin, also a very strong team, came third here. What were your thoughts on their skate?
I honestly prefer them to Ketsalapov and Sinitsina. I like both of their vehicles this year, even though the free program is Romeo and Juliet done to death, but they're kind of doing a little bit of a more modern take on it, looking much stronger here than their first Grand Prix. Probably won't get a spot to the Grand Prix final with the two bronze medal finishes, but we still have to wait for the last Grand Prix in Russia. But, you know, I've always liked this team.
And like we've said time and time again, this ice dance event is stacked. So, you know, even making the Grand Prix final with a team this good, it's so difficult. So it's going to be exciting to see how things continue to play out.
All right, well, that wraps up our ice dance recap from International de France. Let us know what you think of Papadakis and Guillaume's most likely last appearance on the Grand Prix circuit. How do you think they're going to do this Olympic season? Of course, that's the only gold medal that eludes them. Let us know what you think of the event.
And make sure to subscribe and check out our other recaps from International de France.
Goodbye.
Hey guys, it's Asher and Dylan from That Figure Skating Show.
And if you like this video, and don't lie, we know you did, there's actually more where that came from.
So subscribe to CBC Sports and click it.
Click it real good.